The fact is, RQ Hoshi, they try to actually put out a really good fight, but Fnatic Onic was the one who actually put out a really good aggression. But now, finally, this is round number 2, guys. I'm really sorry again on behalf of our side, but we are now going into round number 2, RQ Hoshi, Indonesia versus Fnatic Onic, Philippines.
Ooh, and it looks like we've already missed a good chunk of the action, actually. We are nearly 8 minutes into the game. The kill score currently 8-6 in favor of Fnatic Onic, but the goal score actually not too far apart. Looks like the Brody pick was actually for real, and Kelra has been doing pretty good so far. 2-1-3 score, and ooh, very close to taking out Edog there too.
Oh, Edog, a little bit too aggression right now, but he had to pull away. But on the other side, we do see Edog trying to insert himself. That's not going to be a good overextension, but Kirk will be immediately be punished by Durin. On the side right now, we do see Kelra had to pull away, but King Kong on the side will be shut down by Susujin, immediately getting 2 trades right now. And as we see, it seems like Susujin is not done. He wants to pull another player of RRQ, but on the side of Fnatic Onic, unfortunately, Team Fnatic Onic, they're losing those 2 players in the process of trying to shut down RRQ Hoshi. It's still not enough, but covering grounds on the map wise, look at this. We got 2 of the turrets already been taken out. Team RRQ Hoshi looking better than ever.
I do wish we got to see exactly what are the moments that led up to this situation, but looks like RQ Hoshi has been able to reclaim a gold lead, and Suchijin getting another Lord. While the late game scaling between these two is not as drastically different compared to game number 1 because there isn't something like a Claude to deal with, I do think that RQ still has the slightly better late game because Brody doesn't scale quite as well, and with a Harith and Suyo, you actually have a lot of damage to deal with.
Agree, definitely. I mean, not only that, you got Rins using that Aurora as well. So Team RQ Hoshi, they're going out for the damage itself. Now pushing it straight to Kurt immediately. Durin trying to stop his way with the power of Villagers, but didn't manage to do so as Kurt managed to pull away. Now the Lord will be marching into the lane to clear out the last second turret in the mid.
So far, RQ looks to be in control of this game. Fnatic Onic, they do have tools. Valentina and Joy actually do a surprising amount of DPS once they've got a few items under their belt. But Susujin just finished his BOD. So being able to control the fight is very crucial. Briscoe going to be the only real form of setup that Fnatic Onic can play around on that Arlet. But if the timing is incorrect, Rins, who did end up going Aurora in the end after Vexana got banned out, will be able to take over the fight.
Oh, King Kong versus Susujin going in for the slash, but doesn't manage to get the knocks that is needed. King Kong still survive it out. Jungler versus jungler, it does seems in the favor of King Kong though, because Susujin had so much damage, but RQ Hoshi with a really good call out respawn wise, that's the reason why King Kong had to pull away before he's been ganged out. But at the same time, right here, another turret to be taken out on the second last tier. So that means it's all out to the last tier of Fnatic on it, holding on to their turrets.
Looking at the gold leaderboard right now, Susujin right at the very top with Skylar right behind him as well. King Kong not quite at level 15, so there is an EXP disparity. We can see that the rotations from RQ Hoshi are very controlled with this Matilda.
Oh, coming in straight away to try to go in for the power of Wilderness, but doesn't manage to take it out. Now, Durin had to pull away. So much overextension ended up having him to cause his own half line. But at the same time, right here, Zaman Force will not be able to have anyone to lock on. It's just so that to give them at least a slow down tempo coming into their own movement. But at the same time, right here, Fnatic Onic trying to find a way if they can actually pick up anyone from RQ Hoshi.
Yeah, looking at the itemization right now, Holy Crystal already completed on Skylar as well. This is where Harith really starts hitting like a truck, and they're continuing to invade the jungle.
Oh, Psycho takes down Super Prince as well. Great job coming in with that hailstorm. But at the same time, right here, FNOC had to pull away.
Yeah, things are not looking too good for Fnatic Onic Philippines right now. Nearly a 5k disparity between them, 12 minutes in. Malefic Roar just completed on Susujin. And while they do have tools to maybe manage the Suyo, they're having to spend a lot of it dealing with just Dyron and Skylar, both of which have kind of get out of free jail cards because of that Matilda. The way that they're able to dance in and out of the team fights, while a little bit different from game number one, is showing some similarities. The controlled rotation, really good micro play. That is how they're coming out on top against Fnatic right now.
Agree, definitely. And taking a look on RRQ Hoshi, doing a really good ground. They're looking over to the side of King Kong. E-Dog is looking for a way, but oh, they pull away instead to go in for that two-way because they are going to actually prioritize on the wave as the Lord is already marching in. And seems like King Kong gets the input. He's going to actually recall back to join into the team fight. Pushing in straight away on the top right now. Hillsong comes through, does get a hit to Kurt's side, but it's not going to be enough. The turret is coming in already. First of the trade from the mid lane is already been taken down. But on the side of Kirk, he's looking for one person to try to tag off. But it seems that Ara Kyoshi will deny it. But stun comes through, and it's going to be Super Fist to be able to take down Edok. First of all, overextension will be punished. But at this moment right now, we do see the side comes through from the side of RQ to be able to hold down that positioning. So much of the resources has been put out, but it's still not enough.
There's very, very heavy pressure on Briscoe right now. That final slash is the only real way that Fnatic can really punish RRQ for being out of position. And that was one clear example of it, but they were only able to find two. That's not quite enough yet. They're going to see what more they can take by pushing down mid.
Oh, Turin will be picked up somehow. He had to pull away straight away, but at the same time, right here, Fnatic Onic will be able to take down Durin even with the Kara to be pushed out. But at the same time, RQ Hoshi looking a little bit struggling right now, even though they were in the lead in the first place.
Yeah, that is the momentum that Onic really, really needed. RQ are still fine. They still have a 5k net worth lead. That's just a momentary stopgap in their advancement. But they cannot allow that to happen a second or third time. Briscoe's positioning keys needs to be paid attention to, and they cannot group out right outside the base because that just sets up perfectly for a flicker final slash. Are Fnatic gonna use this opportunity to take as many structures as possible and look to regain control over the map so that they can more easily contest the next neutral objective?
Agree, definitely. 30 seconds on the clock. Lord will be spawned out, and it seems that they're trying to actually push this wave to the side of Team RQ Hoshi. Let's see if it's gonna be in their favor. Spotted out Kirk in the bushes. They will get the info they required. Not gonna allow any invasion or the movement of Team Fnatic Onic that easily. But we do see King Kong is already right at the top, and they might actually go in for this fight. Already stacking on the Lord, waiting for the time being.
Briscoe, if he can set up a final slash into King Kong and Kelra, that is the win condition that Onic is looking for. But it doesn't necessarily have to be a big flashy play like that either. If they can continue picking off individual members of RRQ, maybe forcing out resources early, they can still take control of this game.
Oh, but they picked up, almost able to be taken out a little bit too overextension coming in from RQ, but still they managed to actually reposition themselves. But right now, Ido try to find a way to take down Prince, but on the other side, King Kong a little bit overextension. Oh, but he managed to pull away. Even that Zaman support able to take down Brusco immediately. Now they're pushing into Kara, takes down Kara immediately by Susujin, and that's gonna be an opening. But Super Prince tried to move away as quickly as possible, but will he be able to do so? So much damage been put out. Team RQ Kazu try to hold it out even with the shots coming through by Scarlet is still not gonna be in the favor, but still that's already the enough damage that is needed. But Kurt all by himself tried to clear out the wave coming into the mid lane. Not sure what is going on, but Kurt now will be joining into the team fight. He tried to finish off the mid lane, but this Lord will be able to clear out to give the opportunity for RQ Hoshi to march on again into the baseline of Fnatic Onic.
Kirk definitely doing God's work though. That's basically the only thing that he can try to do there, slow down the middle wave. Because if he didn't manage to do that, it would have collapsed with RQ at the same time when multiple members were already taken out. And that could have actually been the end of game 2. There's no way that Kirk is going to be able to rejoin the fight after all of that. So dealing with wave management and making sure housekeeping is kept up is the best way to maintain the game state. Unfortunately, because Briscoe missed he did land the flicker final slash, but his team wasn't close enough to follow up, and that's the major thing.
Oh, but Susujin is in a very tough situation right here, but he will be able to take down by King Kong. Now, Fnatic Onic denied immediately two of the players of RRQ Hoshi as well, taking out Rins as well. Even with the Lord itself is already marching into Fnatic Onic, they don't have enough of resources to be put out. So here on out, seems that King Kong will try to actually go in. Nope, he doesn't actually try to go into because that's not a really good position to fight out with RRQ Hoshi.
A bit of a mistake by Sejin there. He definitely should have left. If he was counting the timing, he would have known that the skill 2 of Joy was already back up, and a single hit would have been enough to take him out. And if he's gone, there's no way that Rins can follow up because the Aurora just has a hard time catching that Joy. If I get that they were probably trying to split push the wave and maybe hold King Kong back from rejoining his friends so that maybe the rest of RRQ could push in with the Lord and end the game. But because they lost 2 members there, King Kong was able to get back, Fnatic was able to regroup, and the Lord that RRQ had so painstakingly gained for themselves amounted to really no advantage on the map at all. And the longer the game goes, the more control Fnatic is able to take for themselves. This Suyo, while still able to do a lot of DPS in the last few minutes, is pretty squishy once you get to that stage, and Joy actually starts taking over with the amount of anti-CC that she can play around.
Oh, agree, definitely. And this is a crucial point coming in from RRQ Hoshi. They have to time it right, gotta be careful. And it seems that Brusco is gonna try to find a way to break into the back line of RRQ Hoshi, but it's gonna be Kirk. Try to initiate it, but they pull away, denying any movement coming in for Fnatic. Super Fins also just overlooking from the distance, but it's gonna be Duran who try to go in for the initiation, but doesn't manage to do it. Even with the Hailstorm, denies any movement coming in from Fnatic. Try to get that info as much as possible, but Team Fnatic Onic is all over the place.
Yeah, neither team is gonna look to commit right there. Information is the battlefield right now. As we approach the 20-minute mark, Kirk, his job is just to stand in front, provide scouting, and see where RQ is. Briscoe, despite being on an Arlet, actually wants to stand back so that he can come in at the opportunistic time to get a Flicker Final Slash and put RQ out of position. The best case scenario, if they've already spent resources trying to dive into Fnatic Onic. That mistake has already happened to them once. I highly doubt it'll happen again. It's going to really come down to how well Fnatic Onic can control the map and split apart the members so that they get a false sense of security that maybe they can start a fight.
Oh, agree, definitely. I mean, looking on the side right now, they are great in positioning wise. The RRQ not allowing any of the backline comes in, even Fnatic also not giving any of the space to come through. But here on out, we do see Dirin going for initiation again. Everyone comes through. Brusco right on the pick, but doesn't manage to connect the dot as quickly as possible. And Fnatic on it pull away as quickly. And now, Team RRQ Hoshi, they want to get this lot immediately done.
They're gonna try and control the Lord Pit right now. Fnatic Onic right on the edge, and the fight starts again.
The fight starts again. Kara will be picked out immediately by Duran. By the same time, that Zaman Force will deny it of the movement, but he'll be able to take down Brusco as well. Pushing into King Kong. Duran going in for the power for the fight off the side of King Kong, but doesn't manage to push through. But Super Friends, bring back take out. Overextension come through, but Susujin will be able to take down by King Kong. But now, Team RRQ, they want more. They're going to try to push into Super Friends. Going in with the Hailstorm, doesn't connect the dot. Skyler try to push away, slowing it down with the movement. Hailstorm again, and managed to take down Super Friends immediately. And now leaving 2 more plays to go. King Kong right in the open. They're looking for a way. Tyrion try to slow him down. Goes in for the slash. Doesn't manage to slow him down. And Team RRQ Hoshi just try to do as much damage as they could. But they want to finish this off already. Kirk comes in the fight. In between. He tried to survive it up. But Riz takes him down. And now 1 more play to go. Goes in for the team wiped out. And this is the end as RRQ Hoshi wins the series with 2-0.
Such a good example